with. McLeish came in behind him, but England had possession with Sammy Lee. Brian Robson is pushing forward, Francis in the middle. So is With now. Here's Francis. Took it early. Here's Hoddle. Sansom. Good efforts from a player who's... And indeed, they needed Andy Gray back in there, did the Scots, in the near post area. Flicked on there. Roberts was up well. Did in the World Cup with some success. Oh, we got a flick on there and run in by Robson. Well, it's almost like England versus France in Bilbao, isn't it? The throw-in flicked on by Butcher and Robson finishing. The long throw by Kenny Sansom. Terry Butcher so dangerous in that position, and Brian Robson, the England captain, returning to his country's cause with a goal after 13 minutes. See Butcher there with the flick on. The Scots couldn't cut that out. In came Robson. Hoddle gone forward again there, with who flicked it on. He's clearly trying to play the advantage where he can here. Hoddle. Cowans. Francis again. It's on for a shot from Francis. And up to now, and they move forward. Although Bannon got ahead to that from Sansom, and here's Andy Gray. England made a present of that. Bannon's turned it in, and the player that just stepped in there to... Hoddle taking it. With the defenders, it's going to come to Francis. The goalkeeper had come off his line, but was able to get back. Beginning to show some nice touches now. Strachan. Goff. Strachan. Going at Francis, and Roberts with a defensive header, which had to... Collision between With and Willie Miller in the first half. It might have been down to that. Here's Phil Neal. Lee. Mabbott pushing forward into the penalty area, so is Cowans there. Knocked it back. And Glenn... There's Lee to Blissett. Well, that's a good turn, a really good turn. Francis in the centre, driven by Blissett, and perhaps from that... Caught England out in a 1-for-1 there. And that's nicely touched by Blissett to Francis. Lee. Francis. That's a good cross, and Cowans arrived. They didn't get a hold of it at all. Neal tried to pick a way through. Cowans! And England go 2-0 up. The ball ran loose, and Gordon Cowans swung his left foot, and it was wide of Leighton. It's 2-0 to England. And Butcher's in there, and Leighton was struggling. Blissett, and then Mabbott, and now Blissett, and Francis to his right, and outside him is little Sammy Lee, offside. Well, he did it rather well, didn't he? Brazil's made one of those curving runs. Graham Roberts should know a bit about him, playing for Spurs. Here's Goff. And Gray came in and wanted to leave it for Brazil. Here he is. And Goff. And Scotland had two chances there, Jimmy, and couldn't take either of them.
They head in from that distance, but a good try. And here's Trevor Francis now on the edge of the box, and he shoots, and he scored!
And Francis will not have that goal allowed. The referee stepped in there and penalised him, and it does. Souness. And Gray is coming in, and so is Brazil. And not a very good effort from Charlie Nicholas. To go as they have the corner. And that was across to Brazil, trying to fox Blissett, and it came off Mabbott, and Gray is in there, so is Sansom. What a poor header, but at least it... Oh, and Hoddle was crowded out at first. He got a leg in the end, but the Scots moving a bit better now. Walk was felled cruelly there. The referee is going to play a good advantage to Gordon Strachan, and Strachan, oh, what a good save by Peter Shilton. Neil. And McLeish with the header, not well directed really. Graham Roberts. Oh, what a tremendous effort. And Hoddle saw the opportunity there to get Cowans away, but Blissett was so quick as well. It's still Cowans. And Cowans checks, and there are two coming up, and Hoddle is one of them. Sansom, square to Glenn Hoddle. Now, can he conjure something from this position? Phil Neal has joined the attack, and there has been some good shooting on side by England in this international. And it's not a very good clearance from Miller. Hoddle in again, Mabbott shot, Blissett. Chance here perhaps for England. Away as far as Cowans. Oh, and Sammy Lee's coming in, side netting. We are, in fact, in stoppage time now, and England have won the British Championship. Gordon Cowans, scorer of the second goal, adding to the one that the captain Brian Robson scored before he went off injured. England, under Bobby Robson, in his first year as manager, take 5 points out of 6 in the British Championship.